Hey guys, and welcome to a new video, or better said, good morning. Holy shit, I have slept wonderful since release of Shadowlands, cause sleeping was a little bit on a tight schedule, I would say, but grinding was real, and yeah. We finally did it yesterday, somewhere on the start of the stream. We hit level 60, which is currently the maximum level, and yeah, I've been through the entire questing content as far as I know, as far as I see. So the first thing that we have done was the Bastion and Maldraxxus, which is like the Kyrian, or what it's called, the Necrolords. And then we stopped the first stream at like level 58.5 or so. And yesterday we cleared the Ardenweld, as well as the Revendreth, which is like the main city or main island for the Ventir, I think. And Ardenweld is the... what are they called? Shit, where are they? Somewhere here. The foe, something wild foe? Curse of the Night, wait a second. I got this. So some foe dude. Night Fae, sorry. Night Fae. These are the she's actually very cute in the quest lines and stuff like that. So yeah, now we are basically done with all the questing for the first part at least, because there is still areas that are like undiscovered, so I have no idea what's going to be in there. But now we have the quest to choose one of the covenants, and this is what I want to do today in the video, just talking a little bit about the covenants, what I think is good, what I think is like not so good, and what I'm going to pick in the end of this video. I would say we start in the order of doing the quests. So the first one was the Kyrian, which are the hometown is like Bastion. So we have like can see what they will give us. So this is the Kyrian set. This is what I can farm up to once I have, I think, enough anima or stuff like that. The kind of a currency that is in Shadowlands more or less for doing quests, doing bosses, like all kinds of stuff. And then you can unlock these sets basically on your progress, on your renown. So I have little idea what renown is. So this is something I'm probably going to cover tomorrow once I found out today what everything is about. Sorry. So we have two abilities that we get, which is the Spear of Bastion and Summon Steward. So if we try out, so these boys are basically, so in every single zone you are allowed to use their abilities, and then in the end you have to pick one covenant, right? So here we have now the, wait, can I test the covenant abilities? Where are they? There is one. Wait, if I just remove them from the bar, they are over here, so that's better. So basically, the Spear of Bastion is just some AoE, like range AoE, where you can lock targets in place and basically does shit tons of damage, which is kind of nice. I saw that when I was questing in Bastion, that once you pull like a big group of mobs, you just throw in the Spear of Bastion, almost everything dies. It's kind of ridiculous damage on that part. And then you get the Summon Steward, which is like a small companion that is like your personal assistant, I would say. I think he can like... I need a favor, special request, like, I think he can, like, reset and vendor, and acts like a vendor, which I think is not, like, too mandatory as far as I saw, because I have the Traveler's Chandra Mammoth, so I can repair everywhere I can mount off, anyways. I really like the Spear of Bastion. It does, like, shit tons of damage. What else do we get? So we have like these conduits now. These are, I think, or soul binds. There's something to do with the conduits. It's like an additional skill tree that you get once you join one of the covenants, which is like combat meditation. Spear of Bastion increases your mastery by shit tons. It's like I have to like really go over those to pick one side. I don't know if you have actually access to all of those three, or if it's just going to be one that you're gonna pick. On the other hand, it's not really too mandatory in this regard, because in the end, it's what you choose. I mean, it is important, so you want to have the best for your character, but you also have to like the playstyle, right? And I think the Spear of Bastion is like a very great choice, as well as like when targets are in there, they cannot leave this area, so it's something for PvP arena, should be like super nice. So then we have, like I said, Spear Meditation Mastery by 350. Then we have Valiant Strikes. Your critical strikes grant you stacks of Valiant Strikes up to 20 if nearby enemy party drops below 50% health. You consume these stacks and heal them for 1% maximum health. So I have actually read through all of these things, and they're kind of the similar. One is like an offensive, one is a defensive or something like that, and the last one is usually something that has to do if you would die. something like that, actually. After using 90 damage or healing spells, abilities, your next ability summons a Brawn who knocks enemies back on arrival and then attacks and heals your targets for 30 seconds. Okay, so this has nothing to do with dying. But yeah, this is like, I don't know, I have never tested one of these, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, you can switch the Covenants. I basically kind of already made my choice based on what abilities do I get, and not really about the Soulbinds, because in the end, I think that all of these Soulbinds are like balanced at some part, or should get balanced if one is like way superior to the other. So it shouldn't be a big deal at that part. I personally think that I think your main city will become like what covenant you choose, and you're gonna quest there a lot and stuff like that. So I think it's more like area bound, where you can want to spend the most of your time in Shadowlands, I would say. Then next was the Necrolords over here. What do we get here? So the armor set definitely looks like some Death Knight style. So if I would play Death Knight right now, I would probably just go Necrolord just because of the set, and it would fit the lore, you know, like minions, ghouls, like abominations and stuff like that. So the abilities that you get, if we're gonna pick those real quick, you have like a War Banner, which is basically some area of effect. It's similar to Path of Exile's banners. Basically, you drop them, and while you're in the zone, basically you have like increased maximum health, critical strike chance, and I think like damage increase or stuff like that, or that comes with some soul binds. So pretty nice. I think it works for a group as well, for raiding. So if you're in a melee group, this might be some very nice tool to play with for like bursting phases and stuff. Then you have Fleshcraft, which is basically a meat shield. So you channel this one up and you get like an absorb shield for like 4,500 damage. And I think the longer you craft this one, or cast this one, the more it absorbs. Can reset the cooldown. So I think if you just start channeling and then move away, it's just like a smaller shield basically. So you have to like channel all of that to basically have the maximum effect on that. So not like the Kyrian you have where you get like a damaging ability. This one is like, yeah, a support buff more or less, and the shield which can like absorb damage based on like raids or critical situations, stuff like that. I personally did not really enjoy questing. Questing was actually quite okay, but I think these abilities, I barely used them at all. I think in like bigger pulls, I just use the shield sometimes, but the banner, not really used that often, I gotta say. Good, next is the Ardenwelt. They are the little cute fairy over here, and if you're wondering what is this light here, it's just from, it's actually sunlight, you know, like, I cannot, like, I have no curtains here in the room just because it would, like, take too much space for the green screen, stuff like that, so I screw all of that, so this is just sunlight. Yikes. Okay, here we have Lady Moonberry with the Night Fae, which is kind of a, I would say that would be perfect for some kind of druid and stuff. This set is, like, okay-ish rated. I mean, it's like, if I would be a druid or something, or shaman, like, this set would pretty much be top-notch, but since I'm a warrior, like, I don't like to run around like a tree. I would rather, like, have some freaking nice armor and stuff like that, you know? So, what abilities do we have? Can I test the abilities? So, one is like an Ancient Aftershock, which is like an insane damage ability, I would say. So you just throw your, in front of you, you have these runes, I think, and I'm not even sure. I think if you're in the runes, or if the target is in the rune, yeah, something like that. It's just like some damage over time effect with an damaging ability, and I wasn't really thinking about that one too much, but once I was in Ardenweald and doing the quests and stuff like that, I found out that the Ancient Aftershock is similar to the Spear of Bastion, and it's super nice for clearing packs and doing some damage. It's just like in front of you stuff. This one is like a targeted ability on range, whatever, where you're gonna use it. And the other one is the Soul Shape, which is basically some travel form, I would say, for the druids. I'm not even sure. Movement speed by 50, so you're a little bit faster in the maw and stuff like that. These are areas where you cannot mount, which is pretty nice to have. And you also have like this flicker ability, which is like a blink for your travel form, which is like quite nice to have. You can act like a little bit of a mage, but I think once you start damaging, you're getting out of the phase, so it's not like you permanently gonna have like some kind of blinking attached to your character. What else do we get here? There you go. So basically on that, what is that? The Sanctum feature, a sacred garden where you can nurture, whatever that word means, the wild seeds of powerful lost souls and prepare them for rebirth. Same as the Necrolord, since I kind of forgot to mention that. Let me quickly fix that, get over there. So, there you go. So, this Nexus of the Maldraxian art of flesh crafting allows you to construct new companions to join you on your adventures across Shadowlands. So basically what that means is in your main city you can like collect parts, I think, and just create your very own abomination that helps you or fights towards you. And it's like quite nice to have, but I don't think it's going to be a mandatory thing where you say like, dude, every Necrolord that raids with these abominations, I don't think that they will work in a raid or stuff like that. So we're gonna find out at some point in the game, I would say. So yeah, Covenant, we have Nyja, Dreamweaver, and Kyrian, whatever these things will gonna do. I have no idea, I'll have to make some more research in that. More about the, what do I say, conduits. This is more about the abilities and what else you get from these, yeah, leveling areas or covenants, better said, right? And last one, this is actually pretty cool. So a couple of people know that I'm a League of Legends player as well, and my main character is Draven, and here is the General Draven, so yeah, it kind of drags me to one position, as well as I do fucking love this armor set. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Not like the gotta always forget, like the Night Fae, you know? I don't want to be a tree, I want to be a massive warrior with like some freaking great plate armor, similar to the Necrolords, but this one over here, this is what I'm talking about. It actually has all the mbXtreme colors, you know, we have some red, some metal, black, and so on. The boots look like fantastic, like all these sets are pretty much insane, so this is going to be great. And if we're gonna take here, you have Condemn and the Door of Shadows, if we're gonna test this one right now. So the Condemn, I have it over here, will replace your Execute, and it basically transforms your Execute physical damage into shadow damage. And you can now use that one as soon as the, as long as the target has over 80% life or below, I think 20% life, like it used to be with Execute, but now you can actually engage with that. So while you're in your charge, you can basically pop your Condemn, and it hits like right away, because there is some range attached to it, I think. So if you see, now it's like inactive, here it's active, so you're basically charging in with your Condemn. It just has less range in your charge. They don't share like a cooldown or something, so you can basically just charge, and on half of the way in, you're gonna pop your Condemn and start the fight with that. And you also gonna reduce the incoming damage with the debuff that you apply on a target that you just condemned. The other one is the Door of Shadows, something that I personally never really used, because first of all, it's on like a minute cooldown or so. It's kind of fine. It's like some blood teleport, so it looks fantastic. But I found myself always in situations where I said like, hey, I want to go up at some places. I don't know if we can go up there. Let me check real quick. Reset the abilities. Let's go over here. Can we actually get over there? It doesn't seem like. I'm not even sure if this is actually a platform. At least it looks like. Nah, it's not. Well, it is. Let me check something else. Okay, never mind. But yeah, it's basically a teleport where you can like get up to obstacles and stuff like that. But I'm just going to say, as a warrior player with heroic leap, gets me up everywhere as well. So if I just want to go on a topside place or something like that, I just go there and leap slam up here, which is a way lower cooldown than the Door of Shadows. So just having this ability with heroic leap, I just used heroic leap whenever I wanted to get up somewhere. So I don't think the Door of Shadows will benefit me quite a lot, but I really like this Condemn thing, and I really like the armor set, and I really like that they have Draven. I mean, as a Draven main, you know, what else should I say, you know? So what else do we have here? Nadia, the Mistblade, Theotar, the Mad Duke, and General Draven with the Service of the Stone. And you also have the Embercord, help rebuild Prince Renatal's influence through the most venerated of Ventier traditions, throwing amazing parties, make proper preparations, and recruit the right stuff to impress each week's VIP guests. So based on that, you had some quests in Ravendreath where you basically had to like clean up parties and stuff like that and just do things like that. I don't like to be an employee of somebody, to be honest, but you're gonna end up being like that anyway, whatever covenant you're gonna choose, because somebody's always on top of that. Based on leveling zones, I say ranking wise, I would say Bastion was like pretty nice. It's just like quite some time ago already. Ardenweld was okay, I just didn't like the monsters, but the scenery is very great. But, you know, the monsters, all these, like, worms and insects and stuff like that is definitely not my thing. Bastion was fine, as I said. Maldraxxus is okay as well, just because of all these, like, dark theme, like, green, like, necrotic plague, you know, like that kind of stuff. A bunch of ghouls and stuff was pretty cool as well. But Ravendread, I would say, was actually the coolest part, with all these gargoyles and vampires, and as I said, all these theme, with like red being my favorite color as well. So I would say, in the start, when I did some research about which covenant to choose before Shadowlands started, I was like, thinking about the event here as well, just because of the condom with the new execute and stuff like that. And I really like the, as I said, the theme and stuff. But after leveling through, after using all the abilities, I kind of think that the Kyrian is better, because the Spear of Bastion is like insane for like, I think like Mythic Plus dungeons with like this group AoE clear that the Spear delivers and stuff like that. The leveling area is insane as well, graphically and stuff like that. The quests were okay. So I personally think that Kyrian might be better. I think it's situational. If you're like more the Dungeon Raider or the Dungeon Mythic Plus Farmer or the Raider, both can become pretty good. I think like Ventir should be better, like single target wise with the openers, with condom and stuff, and the Kyrian might be better for like AoE cleaving and stuff. But, you know, my first intention was to go to the Ventir. Then I was like, let's probably go Kyrian, but in the end they have Draven, so I think I'm just going to pick my side over here, clicking on the Lich King's mask here, and I think we're gonna pop in the event here now, if I can actually join this one. Okay. I'm now an official Bloodlord. I mean, it doesn't look like that, right? But, so now, hey, achievement, choosing your purpose. So we're now done with the tutorial, pretty much. We're now done with questing my good boy General Draven, and he actually looks the best from the representatives. Complete quest, a set quest. So now it's basically, we completed the tutorial. Took about, I would say, like 12 hours or so, with like completely chilling, doing all the quests, not only like the major quests. And now it's about to start figure out what Shadowlands is about. Leveling experience was like, I would say a solid 9 out of 10. It was really great. And now we're gonna figure out what do I have to do, what party do I have to clean up first while joining the event here. And then we have to find out about Torghast. We have to find about the conduits, the soulbinds, the legendary crafts and stuff like that. We have to now farm all the dungeons. At the moment, I cannot even join a dungeon, I think. I need to check. Yeah. So I need an item level 144 to join normal dungeons, and I'm currently 141. I think the only one that I can is Halls of Atonement, or Halls of Atonement, so this is probably what I'm going to start off first. But today on stream, I think we're just gonna mass spam dungeons, get the gear going, and maybe later on with 155 plus, we're gonna swap into heroic dungeons, maybe even a mythic 0 or something like that. It depends on how much the gearing is going forward, right? Then we're gonna check all the world quests, the boss and stuff like that. There's like so much to do right now. So we, as I said, we just finished the tutorial, and now it's about to actually play the game. I'll keep you guys updated in the upcoming days. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.